Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Look at us go. Hey. Hey, this is quite an episode we have in front of us here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Different crowd. Just found these guys walking around.
Literally.
However, though, this is still TGC, Two Guys and Coffee, baby. But it is a unique episode, as I said. This is season 2, episode 8.
Yeah.
Episode 8. I'm technically hosting this one, I suppose. You guys know me. I'm Zach. Hello. But we have 2 dudes here as well.
I'm Dakota. I'm back again. Somehow
back
made it
again.
back, and I'm stoked. I'm jazzed to
welcome.
be here.
Dakota's back. Remember Dakota? And then this guy right here.
Yeah,
right
I'm
here.
jealous. First time on the show. I'm really excited about it. Been watching you guys. I've been enjoying it. So Zach came to me. He's like, hey, we got an extra spot open if you want it. And we're like, let's do it.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Long time listener, first time caller, that kind of thing.
Yep.
I like it, dude. I like it. So real quick, we're going to learn about you a little bit, especially for the folks listening, watching, whatever. But first, I want to get into these because I think we were talking about this. I think there's some excitement around the beverages tonight.
Okay, to set the pace here a little bit, I expressed I'm not a water connoisseur. Like, I'm not that. I'll fucking drink tap water. I don't really care. But I know some people are very like, you drink Dasani, that's toilet water.
It's close,
You need to drink Fiji. I will pay the extra $3 for water, that type of thing. But for whatever reason, the marketing has just been so good for
Liquid
this
Death.
that I've been dying to try it. But my fiance wouldn't let me buy it because it was like 5 times more expensive than just water.
I mean,
great value water.
it is expensive. But dudes, I'm telling you, it is legit. And we're not sponsored yet. This is just straight up approved, TGC approved water here.
Put her on the business card.
You guys want to crack these things
I would love to.
and get the first impressions going?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm excited for you because I love this stuff, man.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Get that nice crisp.
Yep. Ooh. How about that?
satisfying.
Gotta get quick.
Get in there.
No smell.
It kind of takes a second, but it's very like, it's just very,
Aerated.
it's watery. You know what I mean? See, once you get it in the approved drinking glass as well, you can really get your nose in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can kind of swirl it around a little bit.
Yeah.
It's really
See the
good.
legs on it.
But I can't
what do you
tell you what's different.
Do you, okay, but do you taste something different?
I think,
Because you were saying before, like, hey, it all tastes the same.
yeah, and you know what? I think it truly is a placebo, but is there anything wrong with it? If I feel better while I'm drinking it, and I'm like, I like this, it's getting me to drink water.
Yeah. I think
It's getting me to drink water.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I
my
think
wife's
it's a
been
win.
trying to get me to drink water for
gotta get
years,
the
and it
pour.
just doesn't happen.
I like how I'm pouring it like a beer, like it might
you
foam
don't
up
wanna-
too much.
I agree. You gotta get
That's just the
pour.
Wisconsin in you.
I guess that's like a reflex.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, that's like the nitro pour.
Yeah, you want to
You really got to
see
get
the
in there.
bubbles. You want to oxygenate it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It's like, yeah, that makes sense. Oxygenate your water.
It looks like my tap water. All right.
You know what? When you get it in a glass, it kind of does. And I don't know how I feel about
I
it.
see things in
But
it.
it's still
Different experience.
Is it?
Different experience out of the glass. I want it back in the can.
Put it back. This is good.
Honestly, I'm surprised it's going as well as it is. I thought, it would
thought
be
for
just
sure. I'm just gonna
water
get my
everywhere,
phone off
but
the here.
Yeah,
you know,
get any electronics away from me.
just
at
like the
moment.
computer.
This part I'll chug for the sake
That
of
did
the
go
equipment.
surprisingly well, actually.
Yeah, I expected way worse.
I thought for sure we are going all over the table.
Okay, now let me.
Yeah, please.
Is the secret
So-
in the can?
I like it in the can.
The can is the delivery method for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, the glasses were my call, not Liquid Death, so nothing against them, right?
It was a nice touch, but I think it's just like I don't know. If I had a beer, I'd probably put it in the glass. But
Yep.
for some reason, maybe it's the metallic I get on my lips.
A little bit of metal.
It gives
taste
it that
in
little
there.
tang to
Yeah.
it.
It's like a Moscow Mule.
Maybe
Right.
I'm looking into it. I think it's the can. The can looks cool. You look like a badass.
It's an
drinking
experience. Yeah. And
Drinking
everyone
something
thinks
called
it's
Liquid
booze.
Death. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I always
It
thought
looks
was
like
too.
alcohol.
Like,
They
are you
should make
drinking
an alcohol.
water? Yeah, you're right. They could do like a seltzer.
Hard
easy.
water.
Hard water.
Yeah.
Liquid Death
Hit me
for
up.
real.
Liquid Death. You want to do something? Let's do something.
Let's do something. Hit me up. Hit me up.
They have a sparkling water too, right?
Yes, and it's very good as well. I have both varieties.
Oh, cool. Very
You
cool.
know, it's all the funds from the podcast.
Do you like the sparkling water?
Yeah.
I've
'Cause
never like just drank sparkling water.
you know what? Because you know, like seltzer water, right? Like you got your
Yeah.
LaCroix and
Yep.
whatnot. It's not that.
Thank God.
It's literally just,
Just carbonated water.
yeah.
Okay.
Ingredients, water, CO2.
Do you have a favorite
Yep.
seltzer? Because I have not fucked with seltzers, but I've recently found one that I'm like, this might actually be the save all to seltzer drinks.
Ranch water, dude, I think is actually
Ranch
my
water?
go-to.
I've heard good things of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you? You got a favorite seltzer?
Seltzer guy? Big seltzer guy?
I really can't do it, dude. It's
I
just-
know.
I
was the
to
same
me,
way.
They all have like these just like perfumey tastes
Yes.
to them.
Oh, yeah, that's
and it's
true.
like
That's why I
the
like ranch
flavor
water.
themselves like isn't bad. Like I don't mind like the lack of like a full flavor to it. Like I don't mind the seltzerness.
Right.
It's just that all of them for some reason seem to just have this like perfume aftertaste, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the artificial sweeteners or something that they
Yeah.
put in
That's
it
fair.
or what. But I think I know which ones you're going to be talking
Which ones are you
about.
talking about?
High Noon.
Dude, I keep hearing about those too.
I'm telling
Everyone's
you,
talking about
that's
High Noon.
the only one that everyone's like, don't get White Claw, get like Truly or get
Yeah.
the Corona.
Truly's give me a headache.
Whatever. Yeah. No, High Noon. It tastes different. It's a different experience than the other seltzers, and
Really?
that's what I needed. I fuck with those.
Can you articulate the difference, or is it just like you gotta taste it?
It's smoother, and then it doesn't have that weird. For whatever reason, like all seltzers have that like weird kind of like aftertaste to them right at the end.
That's true.
It doesn't have that. It's just smoother. It's still carbonated, but smoother. If that kind of makes sense.
Sure.
I don't know,
Okay,
but
I'm down.
Give
Is
it
it
a try.
easily like
I don't
fine?
want to Yeah, it's at like
It's everywhere.
certain bars have it and stuff. I don't want to overhype it. It's not like the best drink I've ever had, but I was finally like, this is a seltzer. Like I could bring to like a cookout or something. I'd be like, all right, I'll have one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like last year because seltzers were just kind of going like off the rails for a while.
The
like,
year of White Claw was crazy.
for real.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember that. I remember specifically when my buddy found out about White Claw, and like he was just absolutely wrecked.
Have you tried this
Like
shit?
we would be playing like Rainbow Six Siege until like 2 a.m, and he'd just be wrecked off White Claws, like
Dude.
So
trying
sorry
to
to
play
hear that.
like he'd have blitz and just like be blitzing, and like he'd be like, "Man, why am I dying so much?" I'm like, "You just ran into a room. With
You're
like,
wasted.
He's like, "These White Claws are the best thing," and now it's kind of funny because he's like, "I don't want to mess with White Claws."
That would happen with our friend Kirk. He and I would play
Oh,
Call of
yeah.
Duty a lot
Oh,
because
yeah.
he gets it at like restaurant level because of his parents'
Oh,
supper
sure,
club.
sure.
So he gets it like by the pallet of like
Oh
tall
my
boys.
I literally have seen him post like, "Yep, got my pallet of White Claw."
Dude, yeah. And I could always tell when he got to that point because he'd start like smacking his desk and he'd yell fuck louder and louder and louder and then
As you do.
And then we pretty much hit that wall where he's like, all right, I'm going to bed. you know,
Dude, that's Warzone summed up for me.
that's fair.
I have fun for like 5 minutes, and it's like, I'm fucking getting off.
Yeah, I hate this stupid game.
All these fucking kids keep beating me, and then the next day I'm back on. So,
Well, and then the death con's like, you're trash. And it's just like this 10-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
like, I know. Don't
really
tell
gets
me.
you.
Like, dude, I'm like 30. Shut up. You know? I have like an hour to play this.
I get to play this game like twice a week. All right,
Yeah, exactly.
Dude.
this is my allotted time that I have set for myself.
I'm not on fucking summer vacation. I gotta go to work in the morning.
Some toddler's telling you to quit because you're a scrub and you're just like crying inside.
He's like,
Like-
you're in your mom's basement. I'm like, no, I'm in my own basement.
I'm in my own whole ass house and I still suck at this. All right, dudes.
Okay.
Without further ado, let's get down to brass tacks here.
All right.
Gels, who the hell are you? What's
Me?
going on? Yeah, who's Gels?
Oh man,
The man of many names.
that is the truest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I have like different. I can like look back on my life and like the timeline and justify it by like or categorize it like what my name was at said point.
Should you be saying this out loud? Like, are these like aliases? Like, are you in the like witness protection?
No, I'm good.
or-
I'm
Oh,
good.
okay.
It's just like anytime I meet, like you have your like group of people, from like your hometown and like high school, right?
Yeah.
And then you like have your like college friends that you made, and then like anything after. Well, Dakota didn't go to college, but I went to a tech school.
It's still college.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
And then like you're like out of school, like you're out in the real world, you're working, and then those group of people, for some reason, each of those group of people know me by a different name.
So not everyone calls you Gels.
No. And this is so weird.
Do you know my real name?
I want to say it's Alex, but now I'm starting to wonder.
No, it is.
One
it
of
is.
them.
It
That's one of
is.
them.
That's one of them.
Yeah,
right.
so my real name is Alex Gelina. But I go by Gels when I started at Fitment Industries, and Alex was here. I was actually hired to be like a videographer and personality for the channel. I had been doing some YouTube stuff kind of like on the side.
So for Fitment Industries, we're saying.
Yep.
Got it. Yep.
So I've been doing some YouTube stuff on the side and like my own stuff. I had just got my FRS. I was doing like, like exhaust install, like kind of just vlogging, automotive vlogger stuff. I was like kind of sick of my old job and ended up getting a job at Fitment Industries. Like, oh, well, you're comfortable in front of a camera. We're looking for another person to do that because like Alex was like getting really busy with stuff and like there was a lot of videos. We were uploading 14 times a week at that point.
Incredible.
It was
That's not
an
human.
insane amount of content.
Can't be doing
for
that.
one person to do, even two people to do. I mean,
yeah,
it's insane.
What launched the brand though?
It did.
That's fair.
It was a grind. It was a hustle. So yeah, it was like he had always introduced himself from Alex from Fitment Industries, and it was I can't introduce myself as Alex from Fitment Industries. So they're like, all right, we're going down to the the courthouse. We're changing your name. What should we call you? Gels. That sounds good. And it's literally stuck
just like
ever
that.
since then. Yep.
Yeah. It did stick immediately, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because I never even had a second thought. I might have called you Alex like once, like shortly after you started.
Right?
And now when I said that out loud two times, I don't want to do it again.
What was really wild is I just got married last year.
Hell yeah.
And that was the first time that those three categories of my life had come together. And it's like, it dawned on me that there was like people that have only ever known me as Gels. And
That's
so like
fair.
the whole thing is like, oh, Alex and Maggie, and they're saying, Alex, and they're like, who the heck?
Who's Alex?
So
Alex Gelina.
They like
Just
ask you like, who's? Have you seen Alex yet?
yeah. And they're like, they'd go up there and like, oh, how do you know Gels? And they're like, who the hell's Gels? Like,
I don't know who.
yeah, my family's like, why do they keep calling you that? And then the whole college years, it's either Big Al or the Bobcat.
Big Al. That's why you said that.
So yeah, many names.
The
Big
Bobcat. I don't know how many people have
The
experienced
Bobcat?
the Bobcat, but that is a whole nother persona, a whole nother vibe, a whole nother.
Who's the Bobcat? What is going on?
I thought
It's
it was
not this
done with
guy.
this.
I'll tell you
I
that.
thought this part
Is
of
this
my
like a
life was
Batman Bruce Wayne thing?
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah,
The Bobcat.
yeah.
Quick story on the Bobcat.
Please.
It's there, so we got to talk about it.
Please, yes. Please.
I was in college.
That's going in the title, by the way.
Who is the
Episode 8, The Bobcat.
Gels, AKA Big Al, AKA the Bobcat.
So
The BC, The Bobcat.
when I was in college, we had a group of friends and we decided to do like a gift exchange for Christmas. So we all had like a Secret Santa thing or whatever.
Yep.
And it was kind of like a group effort to get me something because they're like, oh, what should we get them?
Yeah.
And it ended up being like this red, white, and blue like sweatband headband thing. But then it had like a mullet attached to like the back of it.
That's incredible.
And the name on the
mullet.
package was, I think it was like from Spencer's Gifts or some shit.
Right, yeah.
The name on the package was like called The Bobcat. And that's what I got for like the Secret Santa. I mean, what the? Like I'm looking, I was like,
The Bobcat.
what is this? Why did I get this?
That's
And like,
incredible.
all right, here's the thing. I wasn't much. I honestly didn't drink until I was in like college. Like
Yeah.
in high school, I never like partied or anything like that. And they're like, well, no, we want you to experience college. And so they're like, all right, whenever we're drinking, you got to put the Bobcat.
You're the Bobcat.
And I'm
No
like,
shit.
And so that eventually ended up evolving into this whole character arc of like a separate personality when I reach a certain level of drunkenness.
You're like Dr. Disrespect,
Yeah.
but like our version. Can you come back on another episode as the
Oh my
Bobcat?
God. Absolutely. And it was really, really funny because that lasted throughout college. And my natural hair color is like pretty dark brown and it matched pretty well.
Nice.
And and so it was always a trip, right? We'd be like partying in our apartment and stuff. We'd have people over and I'd just kind of go disappear for a little bit, come back. I'd get into character.
Yeah.
And I come back to it and it just everything just ramped
Yeah.
up from there. They were like, "Oh man, the Bobcats!" Like
Bobcats
they started
here.
like they're. It was the dumbest thing. It is so stupid.
It's not
But we all loved it, and so the Bobcat went into retirement for a little bit.
Okay.
So,
Got it.
obviously, college was done.
Yeah.
on.
Hung it up.
Yeah, hung her up. So this last year, because we were getting married, we're like, oh, well, we gotta go do a bachelor party. My best man is my best friend Luke, from my hometown, and he was a big part of the Bobcat era.
Nice.
So he's like, oh no, Bobcat still lives on. And
Dude.
at this time, I had like dyed my hair like bright white. You
Yep.
know, I'm like, I don't even know where it is anymore. He's
Yeah.
like, don't worry. And he literally went out and found a blonde version
No
of
shit.
it.
A Bobcat
And it was like,
lives.
you need to keep this on the entire batch. Like while we were in the Dells,
That's
like all
incredible.
weekend, you need to keep this on. If we catch you without it, you need to slam a beer. And I'm like,
That's nice.
that's I
nice.
literally slept in this thing.
Yeah, he kept it on the entire time. Multiple days, back to back to back, chugging Pedialyte so we can just keep drinking the second we
Oh
wake
my
up.
God,
and
dude.
I got to see the Bobcat, and it was wild.
Glorious.
It was glorious to say the least.
Dude, that is fantastic. I can't even. He needs to come back. I want to see him walking around
Yeah,
campus.
No, you don't want him here.
can't be clocked in.
You know, yeah. Might need like an officer on site, but we can get you in here or him in here. Sorry.
I'll send him a letter.
Yeah. How do you contact a guy like that?
Yeah, you got.
What do you gotta do?
Know his address.
Okay.
He doesn't
In
gotta-
person only kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, he doesn't got like a phone or anything.
Doesn't like phones. That makes sense. A guy like that makes sense.
Too many people will be hitting him up.
So you came in as the Bobcat and got hired, and then now you're Gels.
Yes.
Got it. Just want to keep up with the timeline.
Yeah, there's a lot going
Okay,
on.
Gels. So this is kind of like a big brand collab, isn't it? Inadvertently, you got some FI, you got some Anovia, right? You haven't touched on that yet.
Yeah.
We've got some. Obviously, we got Two Guys in Coffee.
A lot of collabs with brands going on here. But yeah, dude, I mean, he doesn't hype himself up too much, but I mean, he's designed wheels.
Yeah.
Literally, I've watched him
Which is
make them
incredible.
from scratch.
Watch me try to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I tried to draw one because they were looking for designs. I'm like, nope. I can barely write my name. I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'll touch on that. Just because I guess we talked
Like
about
a wheel
Bobcat. I didn't
engineer.
really introduce myself as much as like what
Yeah,
I do
what-
and stuff.
what'd
We
you
just
go
talked
to
about
school
my
Bobcat,
drinking
the
ages.
wheel
Yeah.
engineer.
Yeah. So so when I started at Fitment Industries and stuff, I was doing videos and being in videos. Like that was my gig. Dakota came on board not too long after that, and we quickly kind of moved into like the leadership roles for the team. We were like focused
Right.
a lot on like the social media operations, social media. A couple years later, we obviously we're doing a lot of stuff, and we're like, man, it'd be really cool to start like our own wheel brand. Well, when I went to college, I actually went for mechanical design. So I knew my
legit.
background in CAD and 3D software and that kind of stuff, and have like a general understanding of how things structurally work and,
Yeah.
and what metallurgy and that kind of stuff. So when we were looking at that, I'm like, I'd absolutely be down to design some wheels and actually utilize the degree that I spent a lot of money for. So
Hell yeah. There you
yeah,
go.
we started whipping up some wheel designs, and it just so happened that all of this started like right before we got sent home for quarantine. And it was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
let's start a wheel brand this year.
That's
It'll be
right.
awesome. 2020 is our year.
And like
you
the
know?
day after, it was like, go home.
It was literally like 2 weeks. We had like a couple meetings of like, what should we call? What should the name be? What kind of wheels we going to do? And then we got sent home.
Yeah.
And we're all like, well, we're going to continue to do this. And there was like 5 of us that were like, yeah, let's continue to do
Right.
this. So we'd clock like the 8 to 5 for FI, and then the rest of the night was, what are we going to do for
Just
this wheel
grinding,
brand?
dude.
So, yeah, no, I mean, Novia's been absolutely awesome the last couple years.
Really blew up.
It
Crazy
it
quick.
honestly did.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, like being able to see that stuff just pop up in the wild, and like we're going to car shows, seeing the cars that these things are on. Like, it doesn't feel real. Like, it doesn't feel like because Dakota helped too with designs, and it like we all collaborated on the stuff, and just to, like I said, to see that stuff like out in the wild and it's like real. It's like, man, that's crazy.
I can't tell
Sure.
you how insane it is to see it go from like Zoom call talking about it to sketch
Yeah.
to Photoshop
Like on a napkin.
to actual renders to getting a sample in and then just seeing it out in the wild. You don't know the person, you never talk
Yeah.
to them, and then to see it on their car and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, we did that.
That
It's
is pretty crazy.
one of the most craziest feelings in the world.
And I think
that.
you got to be careful because we're so exposed to all of it that occasion maybe you kind of get numb to that, but then all of a sudden you get smacked in the face like, wait a minute. I drew that wheel and it's on like thousands of cars.
And that's what I mean. Like it doesn't feel real, and it's like, nah, that didn't happen. And because we actually just launched like our forge lineup, so we do like multi-piece forge stuff now, and our first ambassador or like influencer on multi-piece forge wheels was the Stradman, arguably one of the biggest automotive like channels out there right now for his Pandem wide body C8 Corvette. He's like, I can't get wheels for this thing. We're like, well, we can get you wheels, because like no one else had like the materials, but our manufacturer had the materials. We're like, we could get you the wheels and a lot sooner than they could. And he's like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, it's so legit.
I think it was his video like dropped, and I'm just like, holy crap, man. Like,
kind of hits you.
Like, you know, seeing like the views and stuff that video was doing, I'm like, this is insane. So cool. That, you know, some dudes from northern Wisconsin, well, I guess not northern, but like Wisconsin in general are doing stuff like this. And the team behind it, you know, isn't a massive team by any means. And it's really cool to see like the spread of everything and how far it's gone.
And it's kind of wild too, because like quarantine itself was kind of like a fever dream, right? Like it still feels weird to think back and look at it.
Super weird.
And then to be like designing wheels and stuff during that time, it all just kind of like smushes together. So it's just weird that it happened, but it worked. And we put so much time and effort into it too. You know, like it's not only the wheel design, but the marketing and planning and things that went through it. There's so many incredible people that worked on that and launching it and making sure we got the voice on it right. Because it was super passionate. It was a passion project for all of us. We wanted to make, you know, we're all genuine car enthusiasts, so we want to make dope wheels for car enthusiasts. So it was really fun to make those videos and try and build that brand and even go through some brand shifts and changes and things like that. It was just interesting. It was something really cool to be a part of.
Yeah, I respect the shit out of it, and I've kind of watched obviously from a distance because I'm not on, you know, that core crew, but it's just crazy to see.
You were
know
helping too. You threw some wheels on your
car.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like that, so
that's right.
You're a part of the movement, Zach.
Yeah, you were the first one on the Knights, man.
Yeah, that's true.
The world.
Watch out. Right here, this guy. I'm the guy.
He's the guy.
I forgot I had that car.
Yeah, I like that car.
Oh,
I did too. I got to drive it. I was like, dang, Subarus aren't that bad.
Oh, you know, they're okay as long as you do almost nothing to them.
Yep, exactly. That's the
then
key.
They behave.
Yep, they follow it.
But yeah, that's super legit, man. I mean, you could probably unpack that for forever, because I mean it was just incredible.
Like I said, I want to give like the condensed version because there's just so much, like even in just like the last year that has gone on with that kind of stuff. And
dude, you seen anything that like Mike Power posts?
Yeah,
it's like just real quick seeing that. It's like wait, hold on a minute.
Driver on a Novia wheels.
Yeah.
He's putting his fucking 700 horsepower car just beating the living hell.
Yeah.
You know, it's even
just shredding those things.
Wheels are fine.
Yep.
And they've been holding up, and it's so surreal. So
talk about a field test. Like,
that's about it. That's about as far as
that's literally. It's so funny because we've got some like new samples and stuff in of the new wheels that we're releasing. Hopefully in like the next month or so.
Heard it here. You heard it here.
Stuff is kind of light. I was supposed to launch at the beginning of the year, but manufacturing is kind of a nightmare right now, if you would imagine.
Yeah.
So we've had some samples and stuff, and I have a 240 that I drift. Sam that we work with has a couple cars that he drifts as well, and we have been putting those things. I'm new to the sport, just so you know. Definitely going off the course and dirt dropping, and, smacking these things in the curbs, and they've
just taking it.
That is definitely a field test, if anything. So.
Just beating the piss out of them. They're just loving every minute of it. Yeah. Even some of the things you guys are doing, just whipping wheels around in the parking lot and smashing them on the ground, and they'll dent fun. And obviously like whatever, but it's like
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, some of those videos we did where we were doing crazy shit, like hitting them with a sledgehammer or throwing them off, like we genuinely didn't know, like, is this gonna break
when I
smoke
hit
it with a sledgehammer? Yeah, and then I smoke it with the sledgehammer, and it just like leaves a little dent. We're like, holy god.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
We're like, all right, throw it out of the van.
50 miles an hour.
Throw it off the roof.
Do it.
Yeah.
Everything we did. Oh, and then at the end, we mounted a tire to it that fucking held air.
That's incredible, dude.
I was like, there's no way. Because there was like, I think it was the roof throw or one of the multiple roof throws that it was like kind of like a flat spot on the lip. And I'm like, that's not going to hold a bead. Yeah. Like he doesn't want to mount a tire. And they literally got a tire to mount on.
Wheel just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. And we're like, dang.
Got it. Yeah. No, that's super cool, man. Super cool. You're doing a lot of cool stuff there, and just like he said in the beginning, like Dakota said in the beginning, like you designing wheels. That's rad. That's super rad.
Not a lot of people get to do that.
No.
Yeah. Like I said,
very few.
I'm very thankful for that opportunity to be able to do that, and like I said, combine like what I've learned from some school and combined it with my passion of cars and stuff to be able to do something like that. I'm forever thankful for that.
Yeah, that's some super legit like crossroads action happening there. Yeah. It's like that's the dream for many. So I mean that's super cool. Then you got others with a puddle of water.
I am really sorry.
I love that you are just dealing with this now.
I was playing with it a little bit. I do feel bad because it was good water, and I feel like I wasted some of it. But
you know what?
I did finish it. So,
dude, you crushed it.
It was good in the can.
Not?
I was a little thirsty, but
well, guess what?
Chicken butt.
Trying to get a reload.
Right now, bud.
Dude, you did that. You did that last time too. You're packing.
Wait, maybe this one I'll pour.
There,
then
pour that.
I can utilize the glass.
Pour that.
Unless these weren't supposed to be tainted with alcohol.
Well,
then I'm embarrassed.
It's all right. You're fine. And just in case, I'll just get you reloaded right away.
Yeah, gotta hydrate.
This guy is a good host.
Listen,
people could learn from him. You know that?
You gotta take care of your people. You
gotta take care of the people.
Yeah, the new driver to driver is gonna be classy.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal some cues from Zach.
Oh yeah, there you go. Like, hey, there's this other podcast guy that does this thing. I don't know.
No, I think we should switch up gears a little bit because we talk about car shit all day, every day, in and out, 24/7. Like that is our lives and our jobs.
True.
Joe, you do a lot of stuff outside work too that you enjoy too, right?
Dude,
you
big plane guy, right?
Channels, YouTube channels.
You do a whole bunch
other
of
TikTok
stuff.
channels and.
You're just a guy being a dude.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
So honestly, that's kind of where my interest in cars really started was I've been doing radio controlled stuff all my life. Something my dad got me into when I was super young, like literally like 3-4 years old. My parents had a hobby shop for a while.
Nice.
So he sold like the planes and the RC stuff. My mom sold like all the
cool.
arts and crafts stuff. So like yarn and all that kind of stuff, cross stitch. Unfortunately, that burnt down. So they didn't continue to do that. And they also had like full-time jobs besides that. Like my dad worked at the paper mill. My mom was a school teacher. Like this was like kind of like their side thing. But my dad had been doing model airplane stuff since high school. And I started at a super young age. Been flying stuff all my life, building models, kits, ARFs, whatever it might be. It's always been another passion of mine, but like the little internal combustion engines, like the little nitro engines and stuff, like I was like, man, how does that work? You know? So,
sure, yeah.
You know, by the time I got to high school and was able to take like small engines classes and auto classes and stuff like that, like I'm like, dang, this is like pretty similar. And I you know, kind of cross both like knowledges like together and that's kind of really how that sparked. But yeah, I've never stopped. I've always done RC stuff and like I said, when we've moved down to Green Bay originally from Park Falls, we're down to Green Bay. Always make sure to go find like where's the local, you know, flying club at? Like, can I join it? Where's the people? And that always makes it.
Is that a big thing? Like, does each city have its own flying club, or is it more like spread out? You got to drive a little.
I would say like your bigger cities do,
Yeah.
like Appleton, Green Bay.
So what about Park Falls, where you were?
So it was
Park
me and my dad.
Falls.
It was literally me and my dad. They used to have a bit of a bigger club that my dad ran.
Gotcha.
And we would host like yearly events and stuff like that people would come out to. But
Bobcat Club.
The Bobcat Club. No, we were the
Only certain people.
We were the
Yeah.
Flambeau Prop Busters. But,
Damn, nice.
Yeah. I should bring in a shirt one day. Yeah,
nice, nice, dude. I like that.
So yeah, it literally ended up just being up there. I mean, in general, I feel like it always has been kind of just like an old man's hobby. Like that's like you retire and you go build model airplanes, or you go have a train set in your
that's
basement.
the move.
Like that's what you do. So
super rad though.
It was like I was always like the youngest dude. Like we go to like fun flies like around the area, and it'd be like I'm 13, 14 years old, and by 40 some years I'm the youngest guy here.
Yeah.
But down here, obviously, the hobby's become so much more accessible because it used to be like really expensive. The electric really wasn't where it was yet. You know, it's become so much more accessible. You can buy ready to fly stuff. You can buy stuff with everything you need right away for relatively pretty cheap.
Are they pretty durable?
Yeah, they honestly are. Because like,
that would definitely crash the shit out of
right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, back in the day, like when I first like started to learn how to fly and like growing up, it was all balsa airplanes. It was like all balsa, all glow engines, airplanes. So it's like if you did smoke it up, it's like you gotta like know how to work with balsa wood. You got to like, you know, tear into it,
that's
fix
crazy
stuff, cut stuff out,
wow.
put it back
so
in.
intricate.
But like now it's like EPO foam, Dipron foam, all this like different kind of stuff that you literally just hot glue back together. Not to mention there's so many there's so much technology in these things now that like they almost make it impossible to crash. Like they have these like they have gyros,
like driver assist and shit.
Yeah,
kind of thing?
It's literally you literally like, yep, I want beginner mode, and it won't let you bank beyond like a certain amount of degrees.
Even the drones, because I've never flown anything
That's another
my entire
thing.
life. And my buddy got a drone. He's like, "Here, fly it." I'm like, "What the fuck? Hell no!"
Yeah.
Like, this thing was like $2,000.
That's how I feel, because I never had.
No, just do it. He's like, "Trust me." So I took it and I started. Dude, it flies itself. You make it even do like cinematic shots and track things, and
Whoa,
it came
that's
so
cool.
far.
It's become so accessible, and there's so many great companies and even like channels and people out there like bringing it to a younger generation, which I super appreciate, because that hobby, I believe, has opened up so many doors for me. Like even today, like I said, got me into cars. It got me into all that other stuff. Like there's things that I've learned in the hobby, like even just like patience and stuff. Like it took a while to build those planes. Like you're talking, you get a box of wood and it's like, all right, you got to build a 80-inch wingspan airplane out of it. Here's 50 pages of instructions.
I don't
and
have the patience.
5 rolls of
dude,
blueprints.
I can barely get through Legos.
I
bro.
know.
Like,
Step-by-step instructions, they click together, and I still struggle.
Yeah.
and some of them hurt. Like it's just
So it's like, I continue to enjoy doing that. I'm trying to get into it even more. Like I said, it's been tough because like moving away from home, living in apartments, things are a little crowded. But now that we have like our house and stuff, I've definitely been trying to do that more. And it's super fun, man. I even do like combat night on like Tuesday nights, and
you do like dogfighting or something, don't you? You like try to like
that
crash
wild.
into them or something.
And so
like, how does that work?
We put a streamer on the back.
Okay.
And it's about like a 5-minute round. It's like a 12-foot, like one of those like paper streamer things you get like a big roll of for like parties and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like 5-minute round, and you try to not have yours cut, and then you try to cut others. And then
That's sick.
That is
so
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
so at the end of 5 minutes, it depends on how much you measure it out, and like each like foot is worth like a certain amount of points or something like that. And then you get points for getting up on time, landing. There's like at the end, there's like a circle that's like painted on the ground. You have to try to land in the circle, and then you get extra points too.
No shit.
Yeah, collisions do definitely happen though.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
It's pretty awesome. It's a fun time. But yeah, I always get asked like, what if I want to do this? I just don't have like the money, or like I don't know anything about it. Like if there's anyone listening to this that is interested or ever thought about that, go find your local club. You'd be surprised how many are out there. There's a couple down in this area, and it's crazy coming from a place with none, but it's like they are out there, and they're very active. They want younger people, and they want new people in like joining the club. And especially with, like I said, the interest in drones and stuff like that has really ignited a lot of that stuff.
Sure.
Go find the local club. We here in Appleton, I think it's like every Thursday nights, like when we can, we do a training night open to the public. We have like trainer planes like the E-Flight Apprentice. That's one of those things with it's got like all those systems in it that make it like impossible to crash.
So there's planes like just set out for people to go fly.
Yeah, we have a couple, and there's like an Aero Scout one and the Apprentice, and it's like we have, if someone signed up to train that night, public can come out, and we'll teach you.
That's cool.
We'll put you up there and teach you how to fly, and not to mention like the simulators and stuff too for like your computer. Real Flight, I remember Real Flight Deluxe. That's literally what I learned to fly when I was like 4 years old.
Nice,
like
dude.
Our family computer.
Nice.
I didn't even know how to wipe my ass.
He's flying planes and
like,
shit.
that looks cool. I got nothing better to do during the winter when I'm like 4 years old. And my dad's like, "Oh, here, try this," and I loved it. And then literally like that next spring, we went out to the flying field, and he had like this trainer, and he like took it off for me, got it up, and he's like, "All right, here." And I was like doing loops and stuff. He's like, "All right, well, we got."
Nice, dude. That's legit. You know what I was doing when I was 4? I was making my own dinner. There's that.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that until I was like
Oreos and Pepsi.
20. Oreos and Pepsi.
I still eat that.
That's what my mom told me anyway.
Is that a good combination
No,
together?
that sounds actually.
I got
terrible.
really
Like,
sick, apparently.
That sounds like it would make
Yeah.
you sick. Like, how your mom would be like, "Don't eat too much candy, you'll get sick," and you're like,
Shut up,
whatever. But
Mom.
like that combination, that's legitimately how you get sick.
That wasn't good, bro.
That's so much sugar.
Dude, it was a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi and double stuffed Oreos. She was like super sick that day, and she said, "Yeah, I told you, go find something to eat," which was an odd call, but
Yeah.
Take care of yourself before you're old enough.
We have food at home.
I mean, yeah,
Food at home.
Oreos and Pepsi. And I walked down the stairs with that, and she was just like, "Yeah, whatever, man," because she was super
luck with
sick.
that.
Like, I get it. And then I got sick, but hey, you live and you learn.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess I don't know.
I think that's the saying, yeah.
At 4, I actually did do something kind of cool. I did start riding ATVs and 4-wheelers at 4 years.
That's kind of cool.
I had a 50cc Polaris Scrambler.
The Scrambler.
Not long after that, I upgraded to 90cc Predator. And then after that, it was just all downhill, tons of ATVs. And that's kind of what I grew up. And that's probably what kind of stemmed into cars for me, too.
Yeah.
There you go.
That mechanical, going fast, stuff like that. Because no one in my family fucked with cars at all. There wasn't anything like that. So it's kind of something I ventured in on my own.
I had like one uncle, and that was it.
Yeah.
No one else did.
It's kind of the same. Yeah. It was. My dad talked about some of the cars he had like back in the day. He was really proud of it. What was it? It was like a Mercury Cougar. Like
Nice.
XR7.
Oh, yeah. My uncle had one.
Oh, God.
Dude, we just closed the loop. We just closed the loop on the Bobcat. Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loved that car. But yeah, it was kind of the same. It was like, other than that, my mom had like Dodge trucks and we had a Neon.
Yep.
Hell yeah. It's legit.
Gang shit.
Dude, real quick, talking about closing the loop, I had a little bit of RC experience myself.
Hey.
I used to race
That's right.
oval track, dirt track RC.
That's super cool.
I still got some plaques and stuff.
Yeah,
no big deal.
sick.
That stuff gets intense.
Yeah,
They're
it
fast,
does.
right?
Yeah.
I actually remember, I think we did talk about this for a
Yeah, I
little
was
bit.
gonna say,
I think maybe we
I
did.
think we touched on it in the last podcast, too, just slightly.
Oh, maybe I did. Yeah.
Because I remember you saying they used to do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was a lot of fun.
Because it's honestly like this. Like you look at like motorsports and stuff, motorsports racing, and like
It's the same
full
thing.
scale. It's the same stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like the physics are there. It's just
Yep.
very miniature scale. So
Yeah,
it's
they
like
have like full blown suspension.
Yeah.
And,
and
Yeah.
like there's different weights and stuff like
Yep.
the oils that you
Yep.
can put in your shocks.
So
like, it's got
crazy.
spring
So
rates.
Dude, I was changing spring rates and shock oil weights all the time, and like trashing compound on my tires and like
you
everything.
can adjust like your toe, your camber, like,
All of it,
it's
dude.
crazy. Yeah.
I'd make a little like toe adjustment in between heats and like change shock oil and like it's legit.
You guys are smart.
It's legit. Well, yeah, it was fun. Short lived, but it was fun. I did it for like 2 years or something. I don't know, just something to occupy my time. But I kind of miss it.
Yeah, I pick up a new hobby every winter. Winter does me in, and I get a little bit of cabin fever. And my fiance reams me for this because I end up spending a lot of money.
You want to talk about your fish problem that you've got yourself into?
You have a fish issue? A fish
No one knows this.
You have a fish problem. You have an FP.
Over this winter, I guess I did lead myself into this. Yeah.
Yeah, here we
New
go.
hobby.
Dakota's
I
got
picked
an
up
FP.
an aquarium. Don't really fucking know why. Okay, and don't get me wrong. I did all of my research before.
did.
I did it
Okay.
right. Like I wasn't like one of those idiots that just got into it. Now I have like dead fish everywhere or something like that. That's not the problem. It's not like that. I did my research. I did it right. Cycled the tank. All this stuff. That's another thing. You know, like how you guys are talking about like the toe shock.
you were
everything you ingest.
boiling wood.
There's so much. Yeah, I'm doing chemistry.
Oh,
to
you have
get
like a
these
saltwater
water
tank?
perimeters. No,
Oh.
it's freshwater, but there's still so many water perimeters and stuff like that.
Jesus.
You're because I did like live plants, live wood, live rock. I wanted it to be kind of like a river. I enjoyed fishing and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I was like, oh, a fish tank would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And there's just so much that goes into it. Well, I got guppies because I read about them and it said guppies are easy as fuck to take care of. Like you can't fuck this up, you idiot. Like
Yeah.
get these fish
Yeah.
to start off with. So I'm like, perfect. I'm an idiot. Thank you.
Got it. Guppies.
Problem. They're like, just so you know, and they can have some babies, stuff like that. I was like, okay, well, it'd be kind of cool to have a couple babies,
Yeah.
dude.
Uh-oh.
Dude,
You had a situation or what?
they had like
I didn't realize how bad it was
over
until the other day.
100 babies, and I had like I started off with like 5 fish.
How many gallon is your tank?
It's a 20 gallon. It's not made for
Dude,
100.
it's like
No, it was not at all. So I took care of the. I contacted the place
Humane
I got
Society?
the guppies. No,
Oh.
basically, essentially.
I called Sarah McLaughlin.
I put the fish in a bucket and I left it outside in the street. No,
Guppies
I'm
are
just
us.
kidding. So I went back to the place I bought them from and I was just like, yo.
Yo, help.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'll take them for like a certain amount for the fish. And I was like, dude, just please take them. And if they have more, can I bring them to you? He's like, yeah, sure. And then he hooked me up with some fish food. So now like we got like this
Okay.
deal going on.
You got like a
It's
guy.
I don't got to pay for fish food. And
You're
I
just
can
trading
get-
for
Yeah.
You're trading fish for fish food.
Yep.
Is what you're doing.
Yep. And they all worked out. But for a while, I was struggling. I was scared. It was making like algae and shit grow on the tank like crazy. All the perimeters get thrown off because you're not supposed to have that many fish in it. And it was just
It was chaos,
the
dude.
only person I told was jealous.
Until
like,
now.
Things are so social media heavy now, right? Like
Yeah.
you post your entire fucking life
Yeah,
on
it's
Instagram,
obnoxious.
on Facebook,
Yeah.
on YouTube, on especially like being a personality on chat. Like I feel like I get no privacy in a sense.
Yeah,
Not that
that's fair.
like we're that big or anything. Like I'm not trying to come off cocky or something like that. But like I just feel like a
Well,
lot of
you
my,
are, so.
my I guess you'll have that. I mean, I'm sitting with the Bobcat,
That's
so you
what I'm
got to flex a little bit.
And you're on TGC, so
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
you've made it. You know what I mean?
I peaked.
Here we are.
But I wanted to start this hobby and just completely for myself. Didn't need other people. But sometimes when you have 100 fish in your 20-gallon fish tank, you gotta
tell somebody.
I told Giles, I'd snap. I'd be like, bro, look at all these fish.
Yeah,
tanks.
it was
Yo,
like,
what is
this? Because like I kind of went through the same thing too. It's like when we were in college, I was like, dude, a fish tank would be super cool.
I don't even know why, but I agree.
Yeah, and I took full reins. Like I had the apartment fish tank, and like we took care of it, and like all the guys in the apartment were like, "Dude, this is
Super
sick."
down.
And like we would all keep tabs on the fish. Like, hey, this one's
Fish
might
club.
not doing too hot. Like we should take. There was like the pet. There was like the guy's pet.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was like, dude,
get attached.
I was like, absolutely, do a fish tank. That'd be sick. And it was really funny because he's like, no, I don't need another. I don't. The last thing I need is another fucking hobby.
Dude.
So fucking
And then
expensive.
literally
same
it was
thing.
like, I got a Snapchat one day. He's like, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm like, what? And he just sends me a Snapchat, like in the back of the Jetta, there's just a fish tank.
Like the whole,
Check
the whole
it.
back seat's just a bunch of fish.
I'm just like,
in the background.
I'm proud of you. That's cool.
So did you just like come home with that? Like, what did Maya say?
I made her go with me. I had to get her on board if I was going to
yeah.
do this.
That's good.
Because
That's
obviously,
fair.
like, if I'm out on a trip or something, like she's got to be the one to feed
Yeah.
the fish, do all that
Yep.
stuff. Luckily, she was super on board because
Okay.
she's a huge animal lover. So she was like, "Yeah, I'm cool with that." She's been begging for another dog. So I was like, "What about fish?
What about 100 guppies?
100 fish?
Yeah.
But it was,
One dog, 100 fish. You pick. No,
It was so funny though, because like I've been checking in on my boy. And
Yeah.
how the fish
How
going.
the
He's
fish
like-
doing?
And it's like he'd be like, dude, there's so many babies. Like they just keep
Still?
having babies.
It keeps happening?
And I'm just well, it's like how it started.
Oh, okay.
And
got
he's
it.
like, he's like,
oh, right.
He's like, dude,
is
they're
still
having a lot of babies. Like, I got a lot of fish in the tank. And then literally, I was like, dang, dude, yeah, guppies. I've always heard that they had a lot of baby fish, you know. And like, I didn't realize to the extent of how bad it was.
Like you can hardly see water. There's so many guppies in there, kind of thing.
And it was like a couple days ago, I sent him a Snapchat, and he just like zoomed in, and the further he would zoom in, the more there would be. It was like a ball of them.
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
like, man, that's really kind of getting on. He's like, yeah, I gotta do something about it. And it was like
You gotta
later that
evacuate.
night, he's like, I'm pretty sure I turned in over 100 guppies to the. I was like,
To the guppy guy.
100?
To the GG.
Like I was thinking, like, man, you got like 20 fish in the tank or something.
yeah.
We're triple digits on the guppies,
Yeah.
dude. That's crazy.
I'll have you know though, it's been a very healthy tank, very successful.
Yeah,
Water
it looks
perimeters
really
have been
good.
I
Okay.
got 2 snails in there.
Oh, nice.
I got some celestial
Man,
pearl danios in
I
there.
warned you about those snails though.
No, those have been good.
They
No babies.
causing a
I must
ruckus
have
or
2
what?
males.
I've seen.
Well,
snails
those will
go
have
haywire.
those will have babies more than
Haywire.
guppies.
That's a good word for it.
They're also known to escape the tanks.
Yes,
The snails?
So if we
You don't
got
want
time,
snails walking
we
around.
got
Just
time.
peace
I got
out.
a fun story about
Yeah,
some
please.
snails.
I'm down with that. I'm
Not
cool
a
with
Snail
that.
story. Snail story.
Snail story.
Happened to us one time because I grew up. It was actually the same fish tank we had in college. I was like, hey, I'm gonna revive this and brought it to college. But like when we grew up, it was like we got snails for the tank. And
Yo, we
I
got
just remember like we started like getting this like smell in the house. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, maybe
Funky
the fish
snails.
tank's like
fucking
getting
gross.
dirty. And no, they just had a shit ton of babies. And like they
Oh.
got out and then they died.
Oh.
And like downstairs. And,
And
we're like,
snails actually specifically smell really,
Yeah.
really bad when they die because they immediately start rotting inside their shell.
And like my
Instantaneously.
bedroom
Yeah,
was
yeah.
in the basement.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
just like, this sucks. And I'm like, that was like a core memory of like, I never want to fuck with snails again because that sucked. And my mom was like, yeah, we're never doing that again. But then I get to college.
And you
it
did
was
that
my-
again.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
It was my first year at college, and the tech that we were at, if you wanted to get a dorm, shared a dorm with like there was like a UW campus that was like in the area.
Yep.
Very small campus. It was like another like 2-year UW campus, but they had a very small dorm.
Yep.
And the dorm had a rule. It was like you can have a fish tank, but it can only be like one of the little ones. You know, get like put like a beta fish in it or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, there was this guy that lived a couple doors down from me. We hung out with him.
3
He was.
by chance? How many doors down?
It was 3 doors.
3 doors down.
actually.
All right. I'm just
Nice
okay.
catch.
I'm good. That's
That
all I
was
needed.
awesome.
Yeah.
He
Just had to know.
enjoyed partaking in extra substances to alter the mind in a sense. He's just like kind of one of those like stoner guys that just like loved marine life. I don't know.
I love fish, dude.
Yeah, literally.
Just like
That's
that.
literally how it was. And he's like, I want a big tank. He's like, so he had like he had a full like saltwater setup. like
in a dorm.
It was like a 40-gallon tank.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
I remember he would have to change the water out consistently, and we all shared. Obviously, like there was 3 floors. Each floor had a men's and a women's like shower room.
Yep.
I swear to God, every like 3 months, he would flood that shower room because he'd wheel this 40-gallon tank and just dump the water, and it would just flood the shower. And we're like, dude, you gotta stop
doing that. Yeah.
But I remember one day specifically, it was a hot summer day. And we all had like our doors open, windows open, and I'm like sitting on like in our dorm. I'm like playing like Call of Duty, like zombies or some shit. Let's go. And all I hear is, "Fuck!
Oh
what
no!
the fuck! Fucking snails!"
Oh
like,
no!
And I'm like, what is going on?
Just
and like,
snails!
it's like you're like coming down the
Are they like breaching his door? Like, what's going on?
and I like head down there, like peeking, and he's like tiptoeing, and there's just, dude, the smell came back, and I instantly knew.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro,
It's a massacre.
No. He's like, dude, there's so many dead snails everywhere, and he's like,
that's
moving.
terrible.
He can't move without like crunching. Like I can literally hear them crunch.
No.
I'm like,
that's disgusting.
That is disgusting.
Oh my God.
That's a terrible.
That's probably smell like it's burned into your brain forever.
yeah,
I bet.
and so like obviously, hot summer day.
Oh,
Dorm rooms,
just
one
bacon.
level, just spreading. I'm just like,
how did he even clean that up? What did you do? Get a shovel?
Yeah. What do you do?
Garbage bag?
I honestly, I just
Leaf
left.
blower?
I'm like,
I'm gonna go back.
I'm like,
home.
I've dealt with this once before. I'm not dealing with it.
You know what, man? I'm out of here.
Why don't you go flood the bathroom again?
Yeah. Dude,
wild.
that's crazy.
Zach, do you have any unheard of hobbies that nobody knows about?
Unheard of. No, yeah. I was about to say thank you for sharing that. That was pretty profound.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm a weird guy. Again, I pick up hobbies left and right.
Sorry to force you into that one.
No, it's okay. I need to come clean at
know,
some point.
The MHGs, the multiple hobby guys, get a lot of flack. I feel like it's okay to be like a revolving door hobby guy.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
The thing is,
let me just say that.
I think for the most part, I stay pretty consistent.
Okay.
I don't ditch them right away. I'm trying to think of a hobby. I guess I haven't snowboarded in a long time, but I also got very big. All right, that was like 100 pounds ago. So
Also same.
yeah.
Can I just say something on that specifically, snowboarding?
Yeah.
If you've okay, maybe I have 2 things. One of them, I feel like for certain dudes, if you snowboarded once in your life when you were 10 and you are now 25,
Yeah.
you snowboard. You're still a snowboarder.
I mean, that's how I started. My brother bought me lessons when I was 10, and then did it ever since.
Which is fine. But what I'm saying is those guys didn't do it again since that one time they did it when they were a kid.
Oh.
But if you're like, hey man, what do you like to do? I was like, well, I like to snowboard in the winter. But they know damn well they haven't done it since they were a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought of that now, but whatever. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, like the one guy that's like, yeah, I snowboard, and he went like once. 10 years ago.
When he was a little kid. Yeah. Like, yeah, I like to snowboard. I haven't gone
What do
in
you
a
do in the
while.
winter?
Though.
Snowboard.
Yeah,
Usually that's about
Yeah, that's
it.
one that I would say I more of like kind of fell off of as moved out of the air because I grew up in northern Wisconsin and like we were close to like the UP, a lot of good hills and stuff. So like me and my buddies would go every weekend because it was like $20 and it was like a 40-minute drive. So we'd like pack a car full of dudes and just go north.
Yeah,
and we'd spend the whole day up there. But yeah, I miss that. I really do.
I do too. I did it quite a bit as well. I only had like Sunburst that was closest to me.
I went to Sunburst a few times.
That was like the main because it was closest. And then,
Yep. Cascade was my stomping grounds. But then my best friend that I always snowboarded with ended up moving out to Utah.
Nice.
That was like the best thing that could have happened.
Park
I thought
City,
it was,
bro?
Yes. I thought it was the worst thing that could have happened. But I'd fly out every year to visit him for a couple weeks. And we'd go hit up the parks. That is next
beautiful
fucking level snowboarding.
Crazy.
To be above the clouds and
That's
a snowboard
wild.
down through them. Just absolutely insane.
That's
However,
cool.
did take my toll on me. I do have a plate and 10 screws in my arm from snowboarding. I shattered my wrist, broke my arm. Just going down
in one shot.
Yeah, going down a trail that was closed off at nighttime with no lights on it, and it was almost like I shouldn't have been doing it.
I wouldn't have thought that would have happened.
They would have had a sign that said like "trail closed." Don't.
Yeah.
Go
Why
down
would
there.
they?
Anyways, some reason went through it, and then we were racing through there. Me and my friends were like, "Let's see who can get down the hill the fastest." So we're taking.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, hit a chunk of ice that I couldn't see because there was no lights, ironically enough, and it launched me. And when I fell, I just fell in that roll.
Yeah, dude. A buddy of mine case to jump super, super bad out there. And what's your big leg bone up top here? Femur just.
Oh, shut up.
Dude, the video, you can hear it.
No. I hate that.
I'm
not going to say anything else because I don't like it either.
I can't do light.
But, dude, like the gnarliest thing you can think of. Yeah.
That's a big bone to break.
Like
just
the hardest
boom.
one.
Like, yeah, because you're right. It's huge. So.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Pretty gnarly. Sorry, everybody good?
Anyway, okay. So, Zach, any other hobbies?
Yeah. The RC one, but I kind of already talked to you guys about that a little bit, I think.
What are you doing nowadays, Zach? What are you going on?
You know what? You know what I'm doing a lot of right now?
What?
I'm doing some truck stuff.
Yeah,
you
pick up the new truck.
You made the big old switcheroo.
Yeah.
I just like to try stuff.
You've been enjoying it though?
Like, I'm ruined for life. One of my vehicles will always have to be a truck. One of them. Not meaning replacing cars, but one of them will have to be a truck.
Fully get that because I've had beater trucks. I haven't had the luck. Well, no, I have owned one nice truck. I've had a Cat Eye Duramax, and it's super nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have just been killing to get another truck.
Yeah.
It's so nice, so much utility.
Yep.
So convenient.
Problem is, it's like 3 times the cost of anything you'd want to do to a car.
Not to mention, not to bring it up now, but gas prices. That's
what's wrong with gas prices?
They're really cheap right now, and I like paying a lot.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say I think they're great.
It's like a couple bucks a gallon now or something like that.
Let me just say that truck is in a kind of a sweet spot though because it's a midsize and it's actually pretty decent on fuel.
That's good.
What do you get?
I mean, you get like mid-20s.
Oh yeah, that ain't bad.
I mean, it's literally the same as my STI was.
Yeah.
And I don't have to put premium in it, so it's
not
like
gonna blow up.
That also
that
helps.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I got the bed rack on there, the BR on that
I seen you throw that on.
Yeah,
It looks cool.
I got the rooftop tent that's gonna go on top of that.
Oh fuck,
man, it's like overland mode.
That's the idea. Yeah.
Are you doing overland stuff with
Yep.
it? Oh,
I took it to Tigerton a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Big off-road park.
Yeah.
That was legit.
Was that fun?
was so much fun.
I've never
dude.
done that, and I really want to.
It was so much fun. I was in 4 Low the whole time. And it takes there's like a ring you can do and there's different trails, whatever. And it takes a good hour to get through that thing in 4 Low. So you're going like 10 miles an hour, but it's so fucking fun, dude.
It sounds fun. I would really enjoy that, honestly. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah. So there's that, and I got my bike, but
oh yeah. I seen that go up for sale recently.
You know what, dude? It's just like the second vehicle's a revolving door. That's all. You know, I'm still loving it. You know, but it's like if someone wants to pay what I'm asking, okay, cool. Yeah. Then maybe I'll get another one. Who knows?
Gotcha. I would love to get into a bike again. That's another thing. I want a million things, but I miss
for sale.
Oh, that's right.
And it matches your car.
It does. It does. We did say that. Yeah. It is identical.
That'd be crazy.
Same color scheme.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why you copied me.
I've always wanted a Gixxer. Well, I seen it and I was like, man, I need a copy.
That looks really good. Yeah.
I think we like literally backed the Super up on the apron that one day. And we're like, dang.
Like, wait a minute.
These are
combo.
What's going on there? Yeah. Other than that, shooting a little bit of guns. Those are like my That's like my trio right now. That's about it. But nothing too crazy. I don't know. Been trying to be outdoors. I got incinerated this past weekend.
Yeah, you'll have that.
But it was worth it, you know.
It's been hot out there.
Dude, like 97 or something.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Like, come on now.
But I won't complain too much because, like, you go back a few weeks, and that was, like, perfect big guy weather. I don't know if you're a good size guy. I'm a big guy.
Thank you.
You need, like, 70 degrees is where I'm happy.
Yeah. Like 72
Otherwise,
and a
I
breeze.
sweat a lot.
Okay.
So, like,
got it.
70. And we had, like, 2 solid weeks where, like, the weather was beautiful every single day.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Dakota was gung ho. He's like, we'd be like walking to him. He's like, dude, we got to go for a block walk. It's like the 2 days that we can. It's beautiful. You got to take advantage of it. And sure shit, like the next week, it was like
100,
95 and like 60% humidity. I'm just like, damn, he was right.
You know, that explains why I saw BGW all over the forecast those 2 weeks down by the temperature. Big guy weather. That's what it stood for.
Yeah.
That's now exactly I get it. I was like, what is he talking about? That's what it was.
Big guy weather.
Big guy weather.
It's a thing.
They didn't explain that to me. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on. Dudes, what have I told you? We've been in here for an hour.
Are you serious?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It goes by in a blink of an
eye.
eye.
We didn't even get to touch on anything on the board.
You know what? We're just being dudes.
A couple guys
great time.
Dudes.
That's right.
A few dudes being guys.
You know what? I just I have a feeling this isn't going to be the only one.
No.
So
yeah.
I'm not going to speak for you. Not going to speak for you. But
I'm always down to come back on.
Great time.
Like I said, all right, I'm stoked. Second appearance.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude, that's true.
I would love to come back. So
Absolutely.
if you ever need a fill-in,
Yeah, you guys are plans B and C,
Yeah,
so
I
let's
That's
contingency planning in action. No, I think I would just like to say, like you were saying already, second time around, you guys, as you touched on in the beginning too, are really busy dudes. So I respect and appreciate your time very much. Thank you for coming on.
I appreciate you inviting us on. I feel
I literally got
the
the Slack message. Yes.
Yeah,
let's go.
And I got to try Liquid Death. I
True.
wasn't expecting this at all.
There you go. I don't even know why I picked it. I was just like, let's just drink some water. I don't know.
I like it. I'm so glad you did. It's so weird. Such odd timing.
Yeah, here you go, dude. Liquid Death. Gels, I think what I would say is, or ask you, and it doesn't have to be anything too crazy. Do you have anything that you'd like to share with the listeners as we exit? Anything you feel very strongly about? Like I said, it doesn't have to be profound, but it could be profound. Anything you're passionate about? Any advice? Anything you want to drop to the people that you've learned?
It's heavy.
Is it?
Man,
I try not to make it heavy.
No, that's good
because it's like an on the spot thing. You know.
Yeah, I think we kind of touched on it. I mean, we talked a lot about like hobbies and stuff, and I'm like Dakota said, like we live, breathe, and eat, sleep cars like all day long, and it's kind of nice to take that break outside of that every now and then. And I've been recently trying to do that with my RC stuff again. Really try to fire that up, and I've started a little YouTube channel. So
what is it? Plug it.
Hangar 14.
Hangar
you can
14.
Check it out on YouTube.
I'll put in a little thingy in here.
Yeah, absolutely. So just doing some basic stuff, doing some like product reviews and stuff like that, and
that's rad.
Checking some stuff out. So yeah,
I dig that. I dig that. That's great. I'm good with that, man. Where can people find you?
They can find me, like I said, on YouTube, Hangar 14. Instagram got a little weird. Apparently, there's a lot of Hangar.
You had a weird thing happen with your IG, didn't you? I'm not trying to go down a tangent right now.
TikTok.
It was TikTok.
My actual Gels.fi TikTok got hacked.
Right.
And I got it back. I got it back.
Yeah.
But TikTok, they changed the name and changed a bunch of stuff. And I was like, I got it back. Can I change my name back? And they have this thing where you can't change it for 30 days. So I was like, hey, TikTok, can I, I was hacked. Here's all the stuff that happened. Can I change my name back early, please?
Yeah.
And never got response back. So I was persistent. I was just bumping them every day. I'm like, hey
guys.
And I don't know if they got sick of me or what, but they're all of a sudden just your account is locked out and you can't get back into it. And I have not been able to get a word back.
That's been that.
My 11,000 follower creator fun TikTok account that I was finally making a little bit of money on just whoop.
Why don't we do that? When someone has a problem, we'll just block them.
And never
That's
put
crazy,
any
dude.
contact
Yeah.
back with them.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, we'll try RC stuff now for a little bit.
Well, it's so messed up because you got hacked. It's like, oh shit. You get the account back. You're like, thank God.
Yeah, the hacker wasn't even the issue.
But
it was
TikTok was.
You had full access to the account. Everything was back.
Yeah.
He just wanted to change his name back, or
It was like a bunch of random characters, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah.
The hacker changed it to.
Yeah,
something,
he was
right?
he was like, whatever the name was here is what he changed the name to. I was like, well, that's stupid.
Wow,
I don't want to upload videos with that.
Right.
You know?
So
it's
you want to change it.
Yeah.
And then they just lock him out of his account.
We're like, oh, you want us to just get rid of you? Okay.
Is TikTok run by the mob? What's going on?
I think so.
Jesus.
So.
So are you what are you on IG?
IG, Gels.fi.
Gels.fi. Hangar 14.
Hangar _ 14. I was stupid, but it's like.
Got it.
I might change it around a little bit, but I
issue.
might get my account locked on. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Right on.
Doing stuff over there.
How about you, Dakota? Where can people find you?
Oh man, it's Coda.fi just launched Driver to Driver season 4.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Gonna
That dude in blue.
Yeah, just met up with David Patterson. Super sick. That was really cool to do. Watch that guy forever, and he was the kindest soul. So shout out to him.
Nice.
And we're filming another episode next week, so stay tuned for that.
Right.
But yeah, if I had any advice, be like, don't let anyone shame you on your hobbies ever.
That's
Just
right.
Do what you
Especially
enjoy.
if it's a fish tank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially fish.
But keep away from snails, I think, is the takeaway.
Yeah,
Dude,
snails.
I've had 2 mystery snails. That's the name of them. I don't know why they call them mystery snails, but they've
You're
been
about to find out.
fantastic. No, I fucking love them. Best thing in the tank.
like
By far.
ticking time
They do
bombs.
cool shit. They jump off the tank. They float around.
jump
they
off the
eat
tank?
the algae, not like off and out, like off and in.
See, that's where you gotta
float
go.
around. I ain't takeaway.
It's the tahine takeaway.
I'm
Stay
so
away
glad
from
that
snail.
didn't get missed.
There it is. Of course not, man. It's an important part of
I
the
was
episode.
getting nervous. I was starting to swallow it.
Dude.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Slid it right in at the end there.
Right
Hey, could you do me a favor and clean up that water?
Yeah.
Maybe when we get out of here. Ladies and gents, thank you for joining us. 2 Guys in Coffee, Season 2, Episode 8, with my friends Dakota and the Bobcat. We'll catch you guys in the next one. All right?
Gale.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace.